All right, let's get into it. You're welcome to the sports segment of the weekend show. I'm Ayo Adams, and compliment of the season. And a big shout out and gratitude to all our viewers who have been rocking with us throughout the year. Now let's start the story in proper. We'll start from polo, as the Rubicon team have emerged winners of the 2023 National Carnival Polo Tournament, top prize, the President's Cup in Abuja, with 28 teams across the country competing for trophies. Serial champions Malcolm Mines battled the arch rivals Rubicon before eventually losing through the toss of the coins, as both sides could not be separated at the end of an intense 5-chalk high goal tournament. The FC's Ministers' Cup also saw FK3 defeat the hard-fighting police polo team 5-3, and some of the major stakeholders who were in attendance, the director of the Rubicon team, representative of the Nigerian police, and the Brigadier General. Here is what they had to say.
The game was very tactical, but I think what went very well with us in Rubicon is that you can see the element of horsepower, and then also the professional did very well. He thought of it. He went back in defense in the last chaka, and that defense, I think, helped matters. Tactically, it came out to be the winning strategy.
In every tournament, there will be a winner, there will be a loser. But in this case, both teams won, because we came to the final, and at the final, only one will win. So I think we did well.
Our Nigerian local players are competing favorably with the Argentines, the professional players. Right now, they are, before, in the olden days, once you just have a professional Argentine player, you're sure of winning the match. But the level of play of the Nigerian players, they are at par with the Argentine players. So we have gotten to where we want to be.
All right, that was the insights of some of the stakeholders. Now let's move to Europe. As the European Super League saga continues, following a landmark ruling by the European Court of Justice, which concluded UEFA and FIFA had unlawfully blocked the original project, the body has launched new plans to revolutionize European football. A22 Sports Management, the company behind ESL, have revealed plans for their proposed competition. The men's league now involves 3 groups, Star, Gold, and Blue. The women's league has 2 groups, Star and Gold. It comes after landmark ruling from the European Court of Justice, who first launched the ESL in 2021. The European Super League proposed a breakaway competition involving some of Europe's biggest teams in a closed shop format. The controversial plans were met with fierce opposition from fans and football governing bodies, leading to stunning collapse within days of being launched. UEFA President Alexander Seferin responded slightly, mocking the ESL as a competition with only 2 teams. On the flip side of the coin, Real Madrid and Barcelona president both issued follow-up statements stating why their league is a freedom from UEFA's financial shackles. Here is what they all had to say. The governing bodies, UEFA, Barcelona president, and the rest had to say. But there's a tweet from the CEO of the A22 Sport, who says the UEFA monopoly is over. Football is free. Clubs are free from threat of sanctions and free to determine their own futures. For me, we propose free viewing of all Super League matches for club revenues and solidarity spending with all will all be guaranteed. That's the CEO. But then let's see the video that the UEFA president spoke, mocking the Super League, and then the response from the president of Barcelona, Real Madrid. Here you are.
They can create whatever they want. I hope that they start their fantastic competition as soon as possible with 2 clubs. I hope they know what they're doing, which I'm not so sure about.
Que el fútbol europeo de clubes no es ni será nunca más un monopolio. Y en segundo lugar, que desde hoy los clubes serán los dueños de su destino. Los clubes vemos plenamente reconocido nuestro derecho a proponer e impulsar las competiciones europeas que modernicen nuestro deporte y atraigan a los aficionados de todo el mundo.
The time has come from clubs, and even more so for those that are owned by their members, such as Football Club Barcelona, to have greater control over their destiny, over their future, over their own sustainability.
Alexander Seferin, Florentino Perez, and Joan Laporta expressing their insights and thoughts about the Super League and the new rulings. Well, stay tuned to the end of the show for a detailed breakdown of the Super League format. Now let's continue in Europe. Let's move to the Champions League. The knockout road to London for 2023 finals begins 13th February 2024. As Leipzig will host former winners Real Madrid. Copenhagen will set stage for defending champions Manchester City. The Gunners' first big test will be a trip to Porto, while the city of Naples will welcome the Spanish giants Barcelona. The return leg are scheduled for the 5th and 13th of March 2024. And the Champions League draws that happened over the week are as follows. We have Arsenal will stand the test of time in their first Champions League knockout stages in over 6 years, playing FC Porto. They'll be traveling to Portugal. Barcelona will be hosted by Napoli, and now Victor Osimhen is rightfully there at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium. The Parc des Princes will host Real Sociedad in France. Inter Milan will host another counterpart in Atletico Madrid, and while PSV will be hosting the showdown to BVB Dortmund. Lazio will welcome Bayern Munich. Copenhagen will host the defending champions, and RB Leipzig will be hosting Real Madrid. All right, still in Europe, last night in Jeddah, we had the FIFA Club World Cup that happened. Manchester City defeated Fluminense 4-0 in the FIFA Club World Cup. Last night in Jeddah, Manchester City were crowned FIFA Club World Cup champions. The European champions got off to a flying start as the silky Argentine Julian Alvarez gave City the lead in the opening minutes of the contest. The fastest goal of the competition, the fastest goal the competition has ever seen. The Argentine brilliantly set up his partner in crime, Phil Foden, in the 72nd minute before capping off his own brace tally with a sublime second with 2 minutes on the clock. As usual, Rodri picked up the Player of the Tournament trophy with another outstanding performance at the finals against Fluminense. All right, finally, let's move to our final story of the day, and that's it with Luis Suarez on the transfer watch. Suarez reunites with Messi, Alba, and Busquets in Inter Miami. The fairy tale will continue between Messi and Suarez as the duo will be reunited, as Inter Miami chief and business officer Javier Asensi described the ex-Liverpool striker signing as another monumental moment for the club. Suarez, who has won the league titles with Nacional, Ajax, Barcelona, and Atletico Madrid, scored 17 goals in 33 games for Brazilian side Grêmio as they finished second in the Brazilian Serie A in the 2023 season. The forward expressed his thoughts about joining the MLS side. Here is what he had to say. Luis Suarez will be joining Messi, Sergio Busquets, Jordi Alba in Inter Miami, and he had a lot to say about his players.
Haciendo grandes cosas en el fútbol y hacer crecer a Inter. No, a la hinchada de Inter, primero agradecerle por el cariño que ya me han dado y obviamente que confíe en el equipo como viene confiando los años anteriores y que este año vamos a tener un lindo año, un año del cual esperemos darle todas las alegrías que ellos quieren y que hasta el final vamos a luchar nosotros para poder conseguir esos sueños.
Luis Suarez talking about how he's going to function and fit into his new side, Inter Miami, as they will stand contest next season. He's joined alongside Lionel Messi, Sergio Busquets, Jordi Alba for the new season to commence. Well, that's where I would leave you this weekend on the sports segment of the Weekend Show. Thank you for rocking with us throughout the year. Thank you for staying tuned to all our segments. Well, before we leave, Mr. Andy Maraki is on standby to wrap up the show.
Thank you very much. Even though you didn't mention my basketballers, the NBA has been amazing this season. LeBron James, I like the fact that LeBron has made it known that 38 isn't old. Once you cross 35 in the sports world, it's just like go out, retire. But see what people are doing at almost 40.
Yeah, he's such a veteran.